February 27th. I will confess that I've become nearly obsessed with this strange tribe. I see them as the most prized goal of my appreciation towards all South African things, a dangerous yet irresistible reward. I feel as if they were my discovery. I simply have to study them before leaving. I fear I won't have the chance to ever again. It's become an important goal of mine, even more important than finishing the bridge. March 4th. Finally, I have managed to see them. My God, what a disturbing spectacle! When we arrived, they were moving around the village very slowly, without speaking or communicating with each other, each minding his or her own business, completely alien to the rest of the world. They were filthy looking, coarse, and downright disgusting. I couldn't see any weapons, but they could have been stored somewhere. It was all very strange behavior in a tribe. They must be quite unique. Then, as if they had suddenly all become possessed by some wild spirit, they began shaking spasmodically and screaming like mad. Some of them dropped to their knees and lifted their heads to the sky, eyes blank and moaning in an indescribable way. Two of them walked away, still in that monotonous and slow manner, and in great contrast to the rest of the scene, into a shack. The next minute they brought out into the open odd-looking mask. Its shapes, colors, and overall looks, while unsettling, were mesmerizing. I felt instantly hypnotized by it. It rendered my modest collection of African curiosities into dull and uninteresting items. The mask was very ominous, and the whole tribe seemed to greatly revere it. Soon, they began to gather around it and move in circles, fluttering and chanting a guttural psalm. Judging by their motions and aspects of the whole ritual, it must have been some kind of war ritual. I'm not sure how to explain what happened next, as I feel my pulse is already throbbing. Words fail me to recount the most disturbing thing I ever witnessed. One of the male villagers walked into the moment of the mask by his own will. It was an almost automatic act. All of a sudden, the remaining members became silent. I can't tell for how long it lasted, but I was afraid to breathe. I think Dalby and the others were also scared. Couldn't even blink. I remember being soaked wet and expectant. Silence was so unnatural, then a few members separated from the people circling the mask and jumped on the single villager, beating him to death. To be completely faithful to the event, the small crowd tore him apart, grabbed his legs in twos and threes, and twisted them in a manner I dare not describe. His face was disfigured with their bare fingernails and teeth, while the torso soon disappeared under the frenzied tingle of hands. In a matter of a few minutes, the villager was turned into a red sack of bones. What the fuck? Not one of the attackers had the compassion to snap his neck during the sickening process. All was very methodical, as if it was just another mundane task. The most terrifying aspect, though, was that the victim didn't even cringe. Silence was so deep, I could hear his flesh ripping. I would expect any living creature to scream its guts out in such a condition. Can't tell whether he was drugged or half asleep, but I did recognize him dancing like everybody else before walking to the middle of the circle. It was the most outrageous and sadistic sacrifice I've ever heard of. I think I will ever forget what I saw. My intentions of approaching further, even if they didn't have any weapons at hand, vanished. Those creatures, I dare not call them human beings, could have killed my whole company in the blink of an eye with their rage. They seemed to be completely out of themselves, and willing to destroy anything intruding into their path. While the images of the sacrifice still haunt my thoughts, I still can't seem to forget that mask. It was so deceptively simple and yet perfect in its design. I haven't seen anything like it. I surely would love to take a better look. I feel the Dalmar, dangerous as they are, could be the most important ethical finding in decades. What I've seen today is crying for some further investigating. I just can't leave them like that. I would never forgive myself. And the mask. That mask. So he takes the mask then, and that's what curses him. I was ecstatic after reading the journal. The material was incredible. Oh, well, it was interesting. Let's look inside some of these drawers. Anything interesting? Oop, picked up something. An envelope. It's empty. Got some cash in here. That's always nice. Some more cigars. Oop, I picked up something else. What was that? Looked like a boring tool. Then why did I pick it up? What about you? Bottom drawer? Nothing there. Nothing in there. How about you? Locked. Interesting. Boink. Come on. Amazing. Alright. Well, let's back up from here then. Of course, I could always go through and read everything on that shelf, although I doubt the game would let me. It would say, nothing interesting there. And then I'd be banished. How Not to Write Interactive Fiction by H.A.S. Diploma granting the title of Construction Engineer to James T. Blackwood. Most of the clocks in the house weren't working. Several trophies for remarkable accomplishment adorned in the room. How to Grow Successful by Joan Holmes. A huge collection of books was impressive. I would have gladly spent days going through them. Grasshopper Lies Heavy by Hawthorne Besson. See, I'm curious if any one of these has to be, like, singled out. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a puzzle later on that involves looking at specific spines, because only specific ones actually give out different titles. I'll just have to remember that later on. Anywho, let's try this door. We spent long enough reading in this library. This is a nice little dining room looking area. A dining room. I can't see myself in that mirror. Oil painting. Anything in there? Some silverware. Tablecloth napkins, that certainly isn't my thing. What do you mean? You don't use tablecloths and napkins when you eat? Useless junk. I mean, that looked kind of neat. I wouldn't call it... Well, I guess it would be kind of useless. It's just an ornamental dish, but... I mean, it doesn't mean you have to call it useless. Jeez. I guess that's what happens when you don't water the plants for a very long time. I mean, that's accurate. What do we have in here? Ooh, we got some alcohol. I can decide that what was more impressive, the incredible collection of books in the study or the amount of booze in the dining room. Ooh. Alright, let's try going through this door since I'm closer. That's definitely a picture of Jesus or something. What's in here? Oh, this is just back to the main hall then. Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. So I've been into all those rooms. Let's check out this one then. I'm gonna check out the whole bottom floor before I do anything on the top floor. Some African vases. Whoop. Well, let's go ahead and get some light in on the situation. You look lovely. Those are all nice. This looks like a scene out of Wizard of Oz. Okay, I lied. I wasn't looking. Is this a piece by Goya? It kind of looks like a piece by Goya. It's nice. This person was a fine collector of art. That much is certain. Let's try this door. That was a very weird doorknob, I might mention. Look at that. What kind of doorknob is that? It looks like a perfect round piece of wood. There's an ordinary little table. Key holder, except there weren't any keys hanging from it. You know, what can you do? Looks like we got a little kitchen here. It was firmly stuck in place. Alright, it doesn't look like we have anything else here. We got some dishes. Can't look into the cabinets, I guess. Yep. Just some dishes. Anything in the fridge? Some serious cleaning, not to mention a powerful disinfectant. So nothing interesting then. I don't know, I've seen worse off houses. I mean, water isn't running. Just look at the beginning of Resident Evil 7. Jesus. That house? Needed some cleaning. Got ourselves a little room here. That looks nice. What's over here? Oh, we got more writing. Topmost sheet of paper on the pile had some curious markings on it, so I grabbed it to have a closer look. Okay. Oh, there it is. Take a closer look. There was a pile of paper with some strange markings, and I was sure there was much more to it than first seemed clear. Okay, well, are you gonna read it? This is a picture of some woods, I guess. I can't turn it around, so I can't see what's on the bottom. That's a nice squirrel. Uninteresting books, as opposed to the interesting book. Oh, housekeeping. Old. I can't read that. Old. Finia? I don't know. It's a book on housekeeping that evidently did not get read. Or pictures of the forest. Is that the bridge that he made? Are we in Africa right now? I didn't think we were. I thought we were somewhere like in England. Looked like he stayed in this room, loved photography. That's accurate. My dad must have stayed in this room. Some fans, some useless junk. Apparently whoever was in this room went to China or something? Yeah, I thought so. A lady lived in this room. That is something to point out, like, almost any kind of photographer in these older games always tends to be a woman. Practical photography, class and paper, manual, portraits, yada yada yada. Charles A. Long was the author of that book. So yes, whoever came in here was a photographer. Also, I'm still not in that mirror, and that concerns me. This bed is miserable looking. Okay, I'm pretty sure that is an art piece that I should know. I recognize that from my art history class. Like this one. In fact, I believe this. Yes, we were going over the topic of certain pieces being changed. Like you can tell that that one was a British photo because of the way that it was romanticized. Like style from that area wouldn't have looked like that. And then English folk would come in, or Western, should I say, would come in and change some of the photos. Like some of those pictures of those two look like ghosts. They don't even look like they're 3D. That looks like a crypt. That looks like a fountain. Those are all the pictures from the opening cinematic, aren't they? I think so. But yeah, like some Native American photos you can't even trust because some of them were like edited profusely to where they weren't anything like what they were portrayed as. making us think they were more savage than they were, which tilted opinions back in the day. Unfortunately, that's the way history's been. Can I not mess with that thing? It looked interesting. Jars and stuff. Nope. Oh, that's just to grind up stuff. Okay. Door to what I assumed was the basement is locked. Okay, nothing else to look at over here then. Can I go out the back door? Indeed I can. Is there anything interesting for me to find back here? Does this just lead to the crypt? I imagine this probably leads off to the crypt. Is this where it goes? Oh, is that it? It just leads here? I mean, interesting, but I don't think quite necessary. Go back inside for now, then. Hold on. Well, that's clearly going to be important later on for some reason. I don't know why now, but that's the fun of waiting to find out. What else have we got here? We could always go upstairs now, because I think we've explored everything on the bottom floor. I remember that Jerry said a nice room had been prepared for me upstairs. Alright, let's find this room then. Oh, there's a third floor. What the fuck are you? Can't say this guy had a taste for... That's a Cthulhu. Okay. Can't say he had a taste for some art. Some of it's kind of screwed up. None of those pictures look like that. Where's that picture? Like, what's that mirror reflecting? Is it in this hall? Okay, yeah. It was in that hall. You look way too realistic in that photo for it being a painting. Is this my room? Nope, it's a bathroom. Okay. Anything of interest in here? I'm gonna have to go through every drawer, aren't I? Nothing in there. Nothing really in there. Empty. Empty. How about there? Aha, I got a blanket. Or a towel, whatever it is. Water's still not running. I'm gonna have to turn that on eventually. Otherwise, things are gonna get very interesting. And smelly. It's a toilet. What else do you want me to say about it? Got more towels over here. A couple towels in the bathroom, but a great deal of repair work would be necessary before I attempt to take a shower. That is accurate. Is that what I did pick up, by the way? Rag. Relatively clean, considered. Things considered. We got some pots or vases. I guess that's cool. Let's look this way. Anything in the store? This is a nice room. Anything interesting in said room? Still can't see myself in any kind of mirror. That looks like a raven. But it's actually just the reflection of that. I don't know. We'll leave it like that, maybe? What are you reflecting? That right there, I guess? That's probably a puzzle later on. That was oddly specific something. Seemed to be comfortable, but too fancy for me. You're a very picky narrator. Oh, we got a whole bunch of drawers here. picture, hairbrush. Dark glasses, apparently. A clock. Apparently it's not working either. Nothing in there. Nothing here. No such luck. Alright. Some more books. Engineering, math, not my thing. Diploma. People who lived in this house were very educated. Another not working clock. Alright. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Let's move on out of this room then. And we'll go across the hall. What's in these rooms? This, wow, very fancy. I was unusually surprised after entering this room. It was some kind of gallery. Its theme being African culture. This room reminds me of... Jeez, what's this room? Ew! Ooh, no! This room reminds me of Juggernaut. That's a thought I didn't want to bring back up from the dead. Ugh. In fact, the story reminds me of Juggernaut. There was one of those... fucking... what's it called? I don't know what they were called, but... the short stories that I had to deal with to get rid of the demons or whatever they were. Something that looked like a lion's claws. One of them had to do with someone going to Africa and bringing something stupid back. I'm not happy now. That's an elephant. Neat. In fact, I think it was the short story that I actually didn't like. Like, there was some kind of tearing noise the entire time that was bothering me. I don't remember. Actually, I think it was the only one that I liked. Because it actually did spook me. Which I was giving it props for. Ivory tusks, of course. Can't go to Africa without getting those. Way to go, old Englishman. Who apparently need ivory tusks because they're, I don't know, a status symbol. I think they're just compensating for something. What's in this room? Is this my room? I quickly realized this had to be my room. It became evident why as I glimpsed the gorgeous view through the huge window. Ah, that is a huge window. That's a mirror where I can't see myself again. Just in case I tried again, but still there is no power. Definitely gonna have to get some power into this house. Some more books. No horror novels. Unbelievable. Oak desk against the window with extraordinary, inspiring view. View was inspiring. Jerry had picked the right room for me. It would be ideal when doing some work. Oop, can I look inside the drawers? Ooh! Some interesting work of babies and anatomy. Very interesting anatomy work. Some alcohol. An empty drawer. I like how realistic that is. It's just like one random empty drawer because not everything is going to have something in it. Can't open that window. Another non-working clock. Too early to go to bed. I agree, sir. It is too early to go to bed. It's like midnight on my side. In fact, it's probably like 12:30, if not like approaching 1 in the morning. I have work tomorrow, so I should probably go to bed. Grab the stethoscope, which seemed to be about the only useful thing in the bag, other than other pictures of anatomy. Apparently, whoever lived in this room was a doctor. A surgeon of sorts. I don't know how I feel about sleeping underneath that. Nothing else there. Another diploma for a Meriden. Oh, for medicine. Christopher Edward Miston? That doesn't make sense. thought it would be like a Blackwood man. Nothing else to look at over here. Okay. Well, I've damn well explored the rest of the house. You know, now that I think about it, if the power's out, how did the phone work downstairs? Like, I'm kinda curious here. I've explored the house. Couldn't remember his number. Okay. So I guess our objective would be to find a way to restore the power, which means I'm gonna probably need to go to the basement. So I need to find a key. But I'll go ahead and do that in the next episode, because I know I've been running on for a little bit longer than I intended, but it was mostly due to exploring. So, oh, and the books. It's probably the book's fault, to be completely honest. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and I will be back for more Let's Play Scratches in the next episode, where we will start looking for this key, or try and figure out what I need to do plot-wise. So, see you all then.